side. Yeah, we in it for life.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Running back. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now they try the right side here. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Under 10, 10.
Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check nickel.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Slam. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Running right, Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to throw. Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
No, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Off the play fake. Love. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him at just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Going to give this time to the tailback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
To throw on second down. Love. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. From the 29, Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
54 miles. All day. 54, south. Check. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
This one caught by Ridley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Here's Smith. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second and 3. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
19 yards. That's good for our Buccaneers. First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Jones. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 37. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Jumper. Protect the backer. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge. Jack!
On second down, it's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M. And all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, Love. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Ready? Single, slop. Hey, you're
on 1st down, Love. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, he scored on the ground and through the air as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Smith here. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to put
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he finds Howard complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Set. Check. 45 somebody. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On first and 10, Love. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's first and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Check.
Off play action. Love.
You ain't going nowhere.
Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Throwing again. Love. And this is caught by Evans. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Love. Complete to Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a first and 10. Looking to throw. Love. He completes it to Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Operating from the gun, Love. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, what a juke into space. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point up and through. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Dante Fowler. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 27. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Love. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Here's Ryan. Jones has it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, Alpha.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. He's going to rifle one, looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 11. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And it's 3rd down.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. Love. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Bucs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Love. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Looking in zone for Jones. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Ronald Jones, 32 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Open man is Quinn. He completes it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Ryan. Short throw underneath to Hurst, and he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. And again this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
You ain't going nowhere. Wait.
50 smooth.
Check. Watch.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Trey Quinn, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.